we owe you. We have to give credit where credit is due, and we all have high anticipation on USD, and we all had the intuition that USD could be very powerful. But I think it took you, your team in Omniverse, to actually prove it out to you. And now the fact that USD is a candidate to become, quote unquote, the HTML of the metaverse. I mean, yes, it's due to the brilliance of the Pixar engineers and Guido and the people who invented that. But I think without the work of your team to prove it out, I think that has massively accelerated the fact that we can consider USD for such a prominent role that we are currently having the conversations around the Metaverse Standard Forum. So I think we owe this to you and to your team that a lot of us, including I would include us, Epic. We dip our toe in the USD water a little bit. We've done some of it with it, but you guys have been all in and it really pushed it to a level that makes us really comfortable to think it's going to be an important role. So just wanted to call this out and thank you for that.
Yeah, I think, from our perspective, when we started this, we said, well, no one tool, no one simulator, no one engine is going to solve even all of our needs here at NVIDIA, let alone all of the world's needs. But one thing that's always a huge problem for us anytime we want to do anything is just collecting all the data together. When we want to do a simulation of our headquarters, like when we built this building here, I'm in NVIDIA Endeavor, our second to last building, Voyager is next door. We ran simulations of how light would interact with this building. We had skylights that allowed a lot of light through, lots of windows on the sides. When we ran the simulations, we found out that had we built it with the original design, we would fry our employees, all the humans that were in here. It would have been way, way too hot. So they had to resize everything down and fix it. So that would have been a very expensive problem to solve later. We solved early on. But just getting that data of the building and all of the furniture and all the things that we need to put inside there to run that simulation is a nightmare. And it's because everybody's speaking different languages. All of this data lives in different islands elsewhere. So it was clear to us early on that that's the first problem that needs to be solved. We all have to talk the same language. If we can't, then we have no hope of even of simulating whole worlds, because all of the stuff being put into the real world here is the digital versions of it live in different islands. So looking around, we're like, well, we could create something from scratch, but that always sucks. It's never a good idea to start from the beginning. Then you have to convince everybody to use that and convince them that you don't have nefarious evil purposes behind doing that to lock them in and all that stuff. When we saw that Pixar had done this, that they open sourced it, that was an aha moment. Like, wow, Pixar has been building large virtual worlds for longer than any other company, any other group in the world. And they've been using all these different tools with different people with different skills, all working simultaneously together for longer than anyone else. What they've built is probably pretty good, and there's probably a lot of wisdom imbued inside that system. We're certain it's far from perfect and far from what we need, but better to start from something that exists and builds on top of that wisdom than to build something from scratch.